So hello everyone, it's Sonia. I'm back on camera. I'm back on the tube. I feel so excited to finally be recording again. You don't know how I've wanted to get back on camera to talk to you and to share some things with you. It's just been a lot of things going on. I'm not kidding you. There's been so much going on, from school to family to at home, at work. There's been a lot going on, but I'm so excited. I'm glad to be back on the tube. Turmeric soap today. So what did I learn in the making of this soap? There's a lot that can be discussed in the making of the turmeric bar that we just made. First of all, I'm using a mold that was a DIY. I made the liner. The container itself, the wooden part, was an old wine box that I found at a thrift shop or a garage sale, one of those two. I did use it's called Umu 30, OOMOO30, if I remember correctly. I did a video on it a while back. Now, this is my first time using this particular liner, so I'm very curious to see how the soap will turn out. The impression mat, that impression mat I got from Michael's or Hobby Lobby, one of the two. I'm curious to see the impression that it will make on the soap. I'm not too concerned with the edges because remember, the edges of the soap, remember, we're going to clean that up anyhow, but I am curious to see what the impression mat can bring to the loaf. I used a clothes hanger to do some intricate inner detailing of the soap. I'm curious to see how the turmeric is pulled through the natural bar of soap like that. I used my 50-50 lye water solution. I hope you enjoyed that video and you noticed that my additive of choice that I replaced the water with, or that additional water content that's still needed, I used aloe vera, as you saw in the notation of the video. What else? What else? I also chose to use mica on top of the soap to kind of lend some detail to pull the detail out of the intricacy of the design on the top of the bars of soap. So hopefully that comes out. I'm curious to note. As far as time frame wise, oh, real quickly before I say that, I also use kaolin clay. Remember, kaolin clay is natural. Turmeric is a plant. It comes from a plant. It's the root part of a plant. Out of the plant kingdom. It's rich in manganese. It's also rich in copper. The mica line that I put on the top of the soap was a copper color, so I wanted to give credence to that. Also, we use titanium dioxide, which is also a natural product. I did spray some rubbing alcohol. I want to say it's like 81%. I'm not sure, but it's a very high percentage alcohol. You can find it in a dollar store. It's not uncommon, but I have a small bottle of it that I keep nearby, and from time to time I may spray the loaf just to make sure that it adheres. I did add sodium lactate to the batter. Actually, I beg your pardon, I added it to the live water concentration because I wanted to make certain that I would get a very solid bar right out of the batch. My fingers are crossed that it's a very good mold and I can reuse it. If I don't get a good end product with this, I'll have to make a decision on whether or not I want to keep or maintain that particular mold. Time-wise, I'm thinking maybe 18 to 24 hours. I like the fact that the mold itself does have the cover so it can aid in insulating the soap. I liked everything so far. I absolutely love the fact that I have several one-time use pieces by way of that chopstick, so I can discard of it, and also by way of that clothes hanger, I can discard of it. So let's wrap this video up. I was talking to you about one-time use pieces that I used in this video, and here are a couple of them. The chopstick, I don't retain these. I go ahead and use them one time and I toss them. Also this clothes hanger, I have several, so I'm going to throw this away, along with the plastic spoon. And why am I sharing this with you? It's because I want to minimize what I'm reusing and using in my soap studio, so I can minimize how much stuff I'm having to wash each time I make soap. So I'll go ahead and wipe everything down with a paper towel or even a rag, and I even toss these out because I have so many of these. I'll wipe everything down and that'll make it easier to clean. Also, another thing, you can allow this to just sit for like the 18 to 24 hour time frame and then clean it, and this way you're minimizing how much soap product you use, like dishwashing liquid or what have you, because the soap will have cured a little, and you could actually use that to your benefit. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you tagging along with me. Come back for part 2 where I will share with you the cutting of the Tumeric soap, and you'll get to see all the beautiful designs and what we created together. If you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you. I would love to have you follow along and share with me your insight and your input. I would be so appreciative of that. Please hit that subscribe button and also that little bell that lets you know there's a new video on the iNatural Body channel. Also, I'm curious to know what you think about the processes and things that we've learned in this video. Go ahead and share with me your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. Alright, well guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you in part 2 for the cutting of this soap. Bye!